They don't know me. I'm like the little screen when people be telling stuff and you can't see their face.
Yeah. So your pattern is something new comes and you immediately, and it's you're kind of like dwindling away. So it's almost as if it's like that habit is it's going away. But your pattern is like a man would come and you would immediately like just kind of cling to them and have this kind of like, okay, he's here,
Mhm.
da 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 da, because it was something that your husband didn't do. And
Right.
so it's almost as because it's just a different thing. He's just different. It's giving me something new. And it's not the same thing. So you tend to kind of cling to them and things move too fast. And then all of a sudden you get like this anxiety and you're just like, oh my God, it's moving too fast. Oh God. And so
Mhm.
then you pull out really fast before you really get into the no. And then you give of yourself because it's like you have to get that need felt. So
Yeah.
it's almost like the sexual need has to be felt, and then you're kind of like, and then you really, it's like you're like, I don't want to say like a black widow, but like you're like I can think of an animal that like she'll have sex with them and just kind of throw them away, like, thank you, thank
That's like the
you.
what is that? A spider? Who does that?
I
Yeah, a
think a
spider.
spider does
Uh,
that, like a black widow. She
yeah,
won't, but she
and bite his head
devours them.
off. Yeah, she bite his
So
head off. And
you do that. You have the tendency to, um, when you feel yourself going too fast
hmm
and it's the balance is not there because this is something it's different. It's like a breath of fresh air and you're just like, I'm going to move with it. And then all of a sudden, then you sleep with them. And so your ammo, your toxic trait is I'll sleep with you and then I'll just discharge you.
I'm gonna leave you. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I suck the
Nobody
soul
told
out
him to
of you.
call me out.
Oh my God. So you suck the soul out of them and then you just send them on their way.
Yeah,
And then you're real shitty to them. You're real distant.
yeah.
You're real like
I've always been like that.
nonchalant. And it's like this one, like, don't go too fast. Let him show himself. There's a saying that says you will know them by their fruits.
Right.
So just kind of keep, and I don't want to see keep testing him, but just let him do, you shouldn't
I'm
have
gonna
to ask for anything.
right. I'm gonna tell you what's weird though, because I was talking to my aunt last week about fasting from something,
Mhm.
and I was like, I need to fast because I need, want to get this apartment. I want to move. I want to do this. I want to. So I told my auntie, I said, what about? I said, what if I fast? I'm gonna fast from. What if I fast from Dietrich? And so my auntie was like, that boy ain't gonna let you do that. And I was like, yes, he will. I was like, if I explained to him. So when I got home, he had came over later that night and we was talking. And so I was telling him, I said, what about if we should do a fast? So he was like, what you mean? I was like, you know how you fast because you preparing for something and this, and I was explaining to him why. He was like, oh yeah. I was like, so I'm gonna fast from you. I'm gonna. He's like, oh yeah, I was gonna talk to you anyway. He was like, I was gonna cut I was gonna cut you off for that until your birthday anyway. He was like, I wasn't giving you nothing. Cut me off. He's like, oh no, I'm not touching you. I'm not this and this and this. I was gonna wait till your birthday. He was like, I was gonna spring it on you and let you know. I said, oh, okay. So you ain't even got to spring it on me. We can agree to that. No more touchy feely. Like I'm gonna fast from you. You fast from me. That's fine.
Mhm.
We can kick it. We can kick it. We can watch TV, but don't don't touch me. He was like, all right, bet. Yeah. So I got my confirmation. I was right. You need to fast from him. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, it's taking it slow. Like, yeah, just move really slow and be
mm-hmm.
wise in this one. Don't give, it's almost like you got to, and I don't want to say almost, I'm trying to use better words. You be wise in it. Use wisdom. Pay attention to a lot of the things that he says and he does. His actions are going to tell you everything that you need to know. When
Yep.
he starts moving a certain way, that's when you kind of check him. You have a tendency of not, it's when you see the movement take place, you don't pay attention. I don't want to say pay attention. What's the word I'm
I
looking
pay
for?
attention. I don't confront them on it because I don't like confrontation. And the reason why I don't like confrontation is because when I did do that with my ex-husband, he gaslit me. And that right there, it pisses me off. So it's at this point, what I do is when I see you move it a certain way, I don't confront you on it. I get my shit and I get gone.
And you
That's
just
when
cut
I'm
them off rather
right.
than observe and like I'm a example. Like if I see you kind of moving messed up, I see it and then I file it. Like, okay, I got
Mm,
that. And then you do it again, then it's like, okay, so this ain't just me.
right.
Or like Natara's dad. So he'll do something for me, and then the liquor happens, and then he starts telling all this stuff, and then all of these feelings start coming out, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like,
Hmm.
and then he'll be like, y'all this, and everybody's asking me, and I was like, oh. So I pay attention to it, and so then I'm the kind of person that I'll let you talk, and I'll gather all the information, and then when I say something, I'm laying it all out. I'm giving you all of what I know. Okay, so this day you said this day you said that. Then it's like you're using, you're trying to say that I am like I'm a burden to you or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. No, that's what you said.
That's pretty
So
much. Mhm.
even when it's like he had made a comment around Juneteenth, and he had said to me, you just do what you do. Like, because I told him, I said, you're kind of moving real shifty. Like, you don't want me to be around. Like, publicly, you cannot stand me, but privately, I'm the best thing smoking. So I just was like, I don't want to do it. And so he was like, we have a relationship. So he tried to gaslight. And then he said, you do what you do, and basically shut your mouth and just go out there, have a good time, and do whatever you do. And when we get together, we just get together. But we'll have a full-on fucking meltdown if another dude remotely talks to me. And he said,
Right.
you's over there talking to that dude. I said, I went to school with that dude. I don't even know why you have a problem with that. I said, because it wasn't like I was giving the dude my phone number or anything. I said, I seen him, hadn't seen the dude since we graduated from high school. Do you know how long ago that was? 1989. We are in 2024. Do you know how long that was? I haven't seen that dude since. I said, I see him on Facebook, but I haven't seen him. So anyway, he got kind of upset behind that. He was like, would you choose to go? And I'm like, are you serious right now? So I just told him I'm not an option. I'm just not an option. I don't know how I feel, but I'm not an option. And because I've seen so much, I've seen the actions and the movements. And then he asked me last week to come down to the bar. And the better part of me wanted to go. The better part of me, she wanted to go. And that other part of me was like, bitch, you saw what he did on Juneteenth. Why would you subject yourself to that again? To go down to this club for him to start getting drunk and then act like he don't know who the fuck you are.
Mm.
I'm good. I'm so good. All right, Miss Nakia.
Yeah, I just been paying attention. I'm just letting the chips fall where they may, and it's just because any other time I'll be like, yeah, okay, we done colored, and I like the way the picture came out, but yeah, it's time to go.
That's great.
And,
Okay, bye.
right, and see, my auntie said the same thing. She was like, "Don't run from this one. Don't run from
Yeah,
this." He
just
always
take your
tell me,
time. So, the Ace of Pentacles, when you were first talking about, when we started talking about it, the Ace of Pentacles came out, and it's like it's like this gift that has come to you, and like
mm-hmm,
spirit is they don't want you to mess it up. Okay, they don't
right,
want you to muck it up. Three of Wands really is like take one step at a time, because
right,
if you do it too fast, you're gonna fall and you're gonna drown. Okay,
mm-hmm,
one step at a time, let it be what it is, because this is a thing that's going to change like how you present yourself in the relationship. So Wheel of Fortune, it's really going to bring about a different type of communication, a different level of the way you show up, the way he shows up, and it's like it's going to be a different thing. Two of Swords is real hit, like it's like this it's like this connection, and it's like them telling you that it's going to be something that's going to be where you don't have to like like you can let yourself be free in this. Okay. The Two
Right.
of Swords, the way I'm looking at it, it's like you can just kind of like separate that and don't have to worry
Mm-hmm.
about it, and separate him from all the other people. Because what we tend to do is women, we tend to put a man in the box. So it's like a new guy comes and then we just put him in the same box as the other dude, but he may not have the same attributes as this dude, but we just kind of lump him in there and be like, I know at some point you're about to fuck up, right? So just take this slow, just one step at a time, one day at a time, one date at a time. Make him date you,
Right.
okay? Not just sleep with me, because that is not what you are. You are not just this object of the bedchamber.
Right.
Date me, get to know me. What's my favorite color? What is my favorite movie? What's my favorite ice cream? What's my favorite TV show? All of those things that make you who you are, that's who he needs to get to know, and you do the same. So when you say you're fasting, absolutely, I would highly recommend that you get some of those dating cards so you can get those questions answered, because those are the questions that make a person dive really deep. That is where you need to be. So when we talk about the pool and you're head down, you got to get real deep in certain things, and it really in aspects of yourself,
Yeah.
asking those deep, hard questions, okay, that make you really be who you are. Um, sorry, I thought my phone was ringing.
Yeah,
Um,
we have conversations like that too. I mean, we have like deep, in-depth conversations like, what's your 5-year plan? Like, what do you see? What do you see yourself in this many years? Like, what are your long-term goals, short-term? We have conversations. We've had conversations like that since during, becoming friends, and we still
yeah,
have them. Like, we'll piggyback off of them. We talk about different stuff. He vents to me, I vent to him, and it's like almost like a safe haven.
yeah. So
So
But
what I
it,
tell the girls is like, you want to have a man that has the 4 P's, is what I call them: protection, provision, a purpose, and a plan. Okay. And provision. Sorry, the 5 P's. Those 5 P's: a purpose, plan, provision, protection, and damn, what did I just say?
you said provision, protection, a plan, purpose.
And
What was the
protection.
next?
And protection. Did you say
Protection.
protection? Protection. Those 5 P's. Those are the 5 things that I look for. And so when I tell my kids that, because I'm the only person here, right? I'm the only parental that they have. When I tell them, I say, if you get a man and he can't do for you more than what I do for you, you don't need him.
You don't
Okay.
need them, right?
You don't need a man that's not going to come in here and do just what I do and then some. Okay. You want a man that's going to go above and beyond. Said if you had a father, you would want a man that's going to do it at what your dad does and equally.
Mm-hmm.
Because your dad's not here, it's me. But my girls know, my mama take care of me. So I don't know. I don't know about
Right.
anything. So 2 hidden messages here. At the bottom of the deck, you got the King of Pentacles. It's like this man is bossing up. He's coming real, very dapper.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like, and I don't want to, why am I calling him a kingpin? But he's like very dapper. And when I say kingpin, I'm not talking about like a drug dealer dude, but I'm just talking about a man who walks in in like this aesthetic of a king. Like when he walks into a room, people are kind of like,
Yep. Yep.
who's that?
Who is that?
And
Right.
he's really nobody, but he's somebody at the same time, right?
Right.
So he has this kind of way about him that makes people kind of look and be like, huh, who is that? So there are some things with the behind this is a tower. There's some things that need to be really rectified. Okay. There's some things that need to be clarified. There's some things that need to be rectified in order for this to be built up. We have to tear down all of these, the hidden agendas, the, all of those things that are hidden, you need to be revealed. So when we say a tower moment, it's like I got to tear this down in order to see where the foundation is. Oh, that's a deep
Right.
message, right? So tearing down all of those walls. And it's really using, they want you to tear down those walls so that you can see where the foundation is. Is this a foundational relationship that's going to give me those 5 things? And then more, really give me the 5, but then I want the more. So then we got this here, this Knight, King of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So it's like when we talk about swords, it's like his communication is really not as great, but it's there. Like he doesn't tell you a lot, but he tells you enough. Okay. And when we talk about King of Swords in the reverse, yes, there are some hidden agendas, because what he's doing is he's keeping you from this Lover's card. Okay. So he's got some things that he needs to really express, because the Lover's card in reverse is like there's some decisions that he has to make. And really for you too, this King of Swords is really about communication. It's really like bossing up in this communication of love. And what does that look like? Meaning what they're saying to you, because how we look at the story is, yes, we want to offer you this grounding, this Ace of Pentacles. God wants to give you this grounding in something that's solid and that's going to build you up and that's going to give you what you need. But having these communication, the communication gap is what they're saying is in between this 3 of Pentacles. Don't move too fast. Okay. Not Pentacles, the Wands. Don't move too fast. Just take one step at a time, and then you'll get to this right here. So it's like this, the way this story is being told, right? So it's like we got the Ace of Wands here. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles, sorry, this grounding, getting with God, getting connected. It's the meditation. Sit with me so that I can tell you how to navigate this. Okay. So you don't rush and fall in. Okay. But so that you can get to the sun, which is the happily ever after. Okay. So that we can start changing you, so that you can start being open to the relationship and being receptive to it and not being closed off. Because what will happen with you is you are a tough woman. Okay. Tough. It's like you got the
Yeah, I'm not for the weak.
the shield, you got a glass door, you got the steel door, you got the copper, you got all of these doors. And so when they say the tower moment, that's like, we got to tear that down so you can get to this, because we don't want you to have a relationship that's really skewed, and the communication, the lack of communication, because in essence, that's what happened between you and your husband.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I did learn from that. I took away from that. So I'm learning to be more vulnerable,
right,
and more open, because with him, he makes you be that, because he's vulnerable with me. And he was like, yeah, I tell sister, I got, my best friend. He considers me his best friend. I'm like, why do you got? He's like, I tell people I got a woman best friend. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And he was like, I pour my heart out to her. I told her I pour my heart out to her. And I'm like, well, you do. I mean, because he's like, I just be telling you stuff that I never told nobody. Because
but he still haven't, like Tarina said, he has told you stuff. But when it comes to love, and it comes to revealing and being open, and how he likes to love and how he wants to love you, and he don't want to reveal that too much, because you're such a tough part of you that he don't want to reject. And you have to come a little better with trying to learn how to love a person. You have forgotten how to love a man. You know how to give yourself to a man. But baby, he has to learn how to love a man. And what I mean by letting all that pain go, of course, we're going to hurt again if it's meant to hurt. But we'll never find the true essence of love if we don't give it. That's all. That's why y'all don't connect on that level. That's what she's saying.
Yeah. But see, it's like with him, he stops it. So he'll say, like, we'll be sitting there, we'll be talking, and he'll be like, man, it's so much I want to say, but I ain't gonna say it right now.
The King of Swords in reverse.
He said all the time, and I'm like, okay, because he is one of those, like you said, we're taking our time, and it's like, okay, well, we know what we got established as far as the friendship goes, but I know also that you personally are not ready for I don't want to say a full commitment. It's just I told him, I said, before you come over here, you got to get that play out your system. I'm not going to play with you. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to play with you. You got to get that play out your system. So I'm going to allow you to do that. Like whatever it is you need to do. I said, but just give me the respect, or let me know if you ever feel like you going to get somewhere and you want to lay down with that person, you give me the respect to let me know. So all this right here could be cut off. I can go back in my bubble. I have self-control.
So that's why they're saying don't sleep with him right away, because you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're intertwined and you're getting that soul tie and that connection, because
Right.
that's where we get hurt. That's where a lot of the hurt comes from. And then you have to really, kill it off. It's hard, but for me, at this point in the game, I was like, sir, I am 52 years old. I don't have time to be an option where you just kind of
Right.
like, oh, decide, oh, today let me call her. Oh, today let me do this. Like, I want consistency. I want to make sure that I'm the only person that you're talking to, and I'm the only person that you're thinking about, that I'm the only
Right.
person that you're loving. I'm the only person that you're taking care of. That I want to be that person, because I've shared men over the course of my life. And do I want to do that at my age? Absolutely not. So
Right.
that's why I've put myself at a place where I was just like, and if I'm celibate, I'll just be celibate. But I do not want to be an option for a dude. And that's the thing that I told my daughter's dad. I don't know how I'm feeling right now, but I'm very disappointed. And I don't want to be an option. I don't want to be the girl that today I'll call Tarina, and then tomorrow I'll call Becky, and then, maybe I'll
Right.
call, Whitney, or I'll call whoever. And then you're lying to me, and then you come to my house and you always got your phone and you're always picking up your phone. I want to be secure enough to know, and I'm not saying that I'm not secure, but I want to be at a place where I don't have the thought of worrying about you going out here doing anything stupid or making me look dumb.
Right.
Where I'm out here telling people, yeah, that's my man, and my man is out here being somebody else's man.
Right. Yeah, and that's the conversation we had. And I was just like, I'm not doing it. Like you said, I'm nobody's option. Because I know what I bring to the table. Hell,
Yeah.
I made this whole table up.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not gonna play in my face. I said, because
Yeah.
the next person think they're gonna play in my face, they're gonna get their ass hurt. I'm telling you
Listen,
that
it'll
now.
be a snap situation.
Hmm.
When you watch it, white women will kill for money, black women will kill because a man cheated.
Hmm. And that's what I told him. I was like, so I'm cool with the taking it one step at a time, because I like to control stuff, and it's kind of hard for me now because I can't control this situation. And like my friend was like, well, do you see yourself being with him? I was like, I can't really answer that. Because I'm looking at our friendship versus being in a relationship with him. I was like, that's why when I said something about fasting from him, and he was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, cool. You agree? We agree.
Yeah.
Fine. Cool. We on the same page. That's
Because
good. That's great.
in the fasting is what they're saying to you, is that's that coming to them to really get to understand him, who he is, what he is, what is this? Because
Right.
there's that saying I always say, God, let me see what I need to see. Let me
See,
know what I need to know. Let me hear what I need to hear. And let me say what I need to say. And I guarantee you, when you ask them questions, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, you see that? Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, I was sitting here on Juneteenth and I was getting dressed, and all these love songs kept playing, but they were like kind of like the breakup song. And I was like, what in the world is going on? What is I get down there and this nigga done acted a plump whole fool, not half, a whole fool. And I said, okay, God, I got what you're saying. Okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm listening, I'm trying to get hype. I'm trying to get my little,
Yeah.
pre-gaming on. And every time I'm, playing my music, it was like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yep.
So pay attention to those things. But that's them. It's like you want to court the spirit realm so that the spirit realm can tell you how to court this man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've been paying attention. Like when we talk, I listen, and I've listened to, like you said, listen to what he say and watch what he do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really say much because I'm like, it's not time for me to say anything. So I just watch. I just sit back and I watch, and I'm just like, okay,
I'm the kind of nigga gonna let you have it.
See,
What
I
you
used
say?
to be that. I used to be that,
I
and it's
used to be
that
her.
I had to learn how to be quiet. I'm learning how to shut my mouth, like zip your
I
lip.
I'm gonna
think
give
the
it to
next
you.
one. Yeah, I think I can't. I think me per se. I didn't care what had happened the last. I ain't gonna say I don't care. I was too busy coming from a hurt relationship. I just needed you to hear everything I need. I just needed you to be that pillow for me. This time, I'm not coming from a, don't get me wrong, I was hurt, but I'm not that messed up. I'm okay. I'm okay. What I need to pay attention to is things that you do, say, think. I need to be more involved in the person instead of me giving all my stuff to them. See,
Right.
I was releasing all my thing, and I was like, nigga, let me tell you, I ain't give a damn. You married? Okay, okay. You might have said you was married. I don't even know if I heard that. But let me tell you what this nigga done to me. And let me tell you about my kids, baby dad. And let me tell you, see, all my signs, I didn't care what was going on with you. I needed you to be my comfort zone. I needed you to be what I needed you to be. And so if it would all the signs, even if I could see the signs, it don't matter. It don't matter. I
Like the
need to
red flags were coming and you were just like, who cares about that red flag?
Mhm. Red
yeah.
mean go. Red mean go.
Right. Red mean go to me like I drove the other day. It just mean keep going and bump into a car. Then I'm like, oh, did that car hit me?
Mm-mm.
But now I think this time, baby, they better watch out. I don't think I'm coming with a fourth engine because, like I say, I think I was hurt, but that type of hurt that I was, it's like, okay, you knew better. You probably seen the signs. Okay, get over it. It's
I
okay.
Right.
wish Tara was here because she's, she's in that space now where, um, there's a man there that meets her where she's at. Do you know,
Mhm.
like it wasn't like the person that she had before.
Yeah.
It's a different dynamic now, and she's in it.
Yeah.
And so, I really wish she was here so she could kind of give the dialogue of like what that looks like now when he's up here and she's down here, and then she's up here and
Mhm.
he's down here. It's like, how do you, navigate through that kind of thing? I know I'm not I'm not the greatest person because I don't know how to navigate through a relationship because that's not anything that my mother had taught me how to do. So I don't know what that looks like. And so I didn't even know how it looked like when I had friends. So even when friendships would come up, because my mother never allowed me to have like friends to
Yeah.
come over and do all those things, I didn't know how to navigate through that. I was very selfish because guess why? In my world, I'm the only child. So the only child, she's spoiled, she's rotten, she's selfish, she's inconsiderate. She don't think about nobody else. And so um now it gets down to a point where, when we talk about relationship, I get like I want it, but then I get afraid because I'm thinking, and I haven't had it for so long because
You
I
have to
thought,
think about somebody else.
what if I fuck up?
Mhm.
That is how I feel. Like, what if I fuck this up? What if you send it to me and I fuck it up? Or I mess up. I don't want to be that person because I don't want to walk in that realm of failure. But
Yeah.
I've gotten in these relationships and I've been just the best person I was. So I remember this one guy that I was kind of messing with before and whatever. He had told me, he was like, you just act like you don't care.
Mm.
And I hear him say it, and I just looked at him, and he was just like, "Do you see what I'm saying?" Because he had said, "I'm ready to get married," and da, da, da. And I was like, "What?" And I'm looking at him like, "Nigga, to who?" Yeah, and he's like, "You see what I'm talking about?" He said, "You act like you don't even care," and I'm like, "Cause I'm trying to figure out who you get married
Right.
to. Cause why are you telling me? Cause bitch, now I'm like my mind is just my whole brain just like, my whole
Mhm.
cranium just cracked open. What are you saying?" And so when he said it, he was like, "That's the thing. You act like you don't care." And I said, "No, I don't want to say that I don't care. I just move the way you move. So if you're moving kind of messed up or shady, I'm gonna move that way." No woman of mine is gonna move the way I'm moving. I wouldn't want a woman. I said, "Well, then stop doing it." Because here's the thing. I said, "I don't know what you're used to out there, but I'm gonna move the way you move. So if you go distant, I go distant. You go silent, I'm going silent. I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna give you your plate and a little bit of my stuff on it too." And so he's like, "Well, I'm you just act like," he was like, "all these other women out here and they're just, they're giving me all this attention." He said, "And you just act like you didn't care." So, and he said it a couple of times, like after we had conversations thereafter. And I sat here one day and I was kind of just going through my journal, and I realized that when Nevaeh's dad died, I died.
Mm.
So that part of me that like I loved him, and I can tell you I loved
Mhm.
him.
Yeah.
When he died, it was just 18 years, 16 years.
Everybody, fuck love.
I just died, and I was just like I was there, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so now it's like that revelation of me waking up to say, okay, now I have to be present with this. So my daily thing that I ask God is I request that, I release being closed off to love. I release like that. So I have to be open to it, and I have to be receptive to it, and I have to be able to walk in it, even though it's a scary place. I have to be able to say, I want to walk in love, and I want to be able to give love, and I want to be able to receive love. Because to hear a man tell you, you just act like you didn't care. And I was like, not that I didn't. I mean, kind of sort of
Yeah.
didn't. But
Yeah. I get told that you don't care what you say, so I know now I have to watch my tone. You just
right.
don't give down
And we
what you
do
say.
it because why? We've been hurt for so many years. And so it's like, bitch, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I've been here so long by myself. You think I honestly need you? I don't need you. It would be nice to have a partner, but don't come at me fucked up. Don't come at me
Yeah.
sideways. Don't come out your face to me because mm-mm,
And see, my
mm-mm.
motto has always been that's why and I know that's why I'm a runner, because my motto has always been, nigga, I don't chase, I replace. Just like I got you, I can get another one. That has always been my
Listen,
motto.
I told my daughter's dad that we was down at Juneteenth, and he was just like, look at me. And I turned to him, and it was like the audacity for you to
Hmm.
say that. And I looked at him and I said, and look at me. I said, you act like you the only nigga that's trying to fuck with me.
Right.
You haven't seen my DMs, have you? I would advise you to shut your mouth.
Right. And it's like
Okay.
you hate to have to get to that point, but
Oh,
you have
I
to
get
let them
petty.
know. Like it's like the song say, sometimes you gotta pop out and show them. Like,
Mhm.
you what? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. So just take your time, because I mean, it's it's not going anywhere. Um, so I just want you to understand that it's not going anywhere. But you just have to make sure that you are walking in maturity when it comes down to this, and
Yeah,
not
I
walking in that
I check myself. I have to have a
yeah,
common to Jesus with myself, because sometimes I'd be like, man, screw this, like, get
yeah.
out.
The
Like,
King of Swords in reverse is like you don't want to mess that up. You don't want to get to a place where um so here's an example. So the dude that I was telling you that told me I didn't care, we're down in Winter Park, and I'm talking to my daughter's Nevaeh's dad's friend, and he, haven't seen him in a while, so we're just chopping up, whatever. So I'm showing them a picture of Nevaeh, and I was like, "This is her. She graduated." And I was like, "It was so tough." I said, "But she looks like her dad." So we're just having this conversation, but I'm a little tipsy, right? But I'm having such a good time. Like I'm just having just the grandest time. I'm talking to all these people, whatever. And so I see him drive up, and he parked, and I'm petty. Ding. I see it. Ding. I got my ticket. I'm ready to get on. You ain't see my ticket. Ping. So I'm not finna speak to you. So he gets out of the car and he's greeting people, whatever. And I'm talking to the guy. And he's like, hello. And I looked over, I waved, and I went back to talking to went back to talking to the guy. So he walks off, and and Spirit was like, look. And I looked up and I seen him walking off, but I felt I wanted to talk to her,
mm,
and I was like, oh, fuck. So it's the learning process of learning
yeah.
when Spirit tells you when to, so he comes back over, and so the concert over, and well, the one of the shows was over, and so it's kind of like a break, and so they come back, and so it's always like we're in this little group. He comes back over and he's talking, and we're taking shots and whatever, and he was like, well, I tried to talk to you early, but you was over there talking to, and he said this little, you know how dudes do, the
Yeah.
little stupid boy name, like you
Yeah.
talking to, they're talking little, little fat
Little
boy or
little run run, right.
little Ron or whatever. And I was just like, and I looked at him and I started laughing. And I was just like, and I again, I'm having such a good time that I'm looking at him and I'm laughing because I thought, well, yeah, I
Oh, you
saw you.
mad.
So I said, well, I saw you, but it was like I felt it. I don't know if you
Hmm.
guys ever been like, when you seen it, like I felt his heart just kind of like I wanted to talk to her. And she just, because I looked up, I
Like you brushed him off.
I
Like,
waved my hand, and then
hmm
I went back to talking to the dude.
Who
So
you
he's like,
brushed out?
huh?
Who you
it's
brushed
like
out?
it's almost like she brushed him off when she waved at him and then went back. It's like, you ain't talking about that. You don't want that. I already know you don't want that.
Yeah.
Hey, but I
Who
know
was
you
that,
don't want
Latara
that.
daddy?
No, this was the dude before Natara's dad.
Oh, okay.
So it was it's been the two of them. So if you ever heard me talk about the two of them, is Natara's dad, and then there's another dude. And we're gonna call him.
So Natara's Day, is that the one with he was bringing you
He's
the
always
drink?
he shows up.
And,
That's the one that
yeah.
calls and be like, T, let's go
Hmm.
do this, do that. But when
Yeah.
we get out in public, I'm noticing that you distance yourself.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
way over
okay.
there. And then I'm just kind of like, so you ain't really trying to let people know that we're
Mhm.
together, but
Yeah.
we're not together.
Right.
So I remember praying about this, and this was like maybe last year sometime. I remember Spirit telling me that privately they love you, but publicly
Hmm.
the opposite is true for the other one. Publicly, he is just like, hey, come here. I want you to come over. And I'm just like, nah, it's okay. So for the past 2 years that we've gone, I haven't gone. Usually I'm over at this guy's place. I want to
Hmm.
call him um
We're gonna call him Tyrone.
I'm gonna call him chocolate. I'm gonna call him
Yeah.
chocolate.
Chocolate.
So I'm usually at Chocolate's house. And so usually I go over there, hang out, whatever. But these past 2 years, I have kind of distanced myself from that. Um, and so I had seen him um, and I hadn't seen him in such a long time. And I'm at the bar, and one of his friends comes up and he's talking, and he was like, I'm finna go tell Chocolate. I said, well, go tell him. I said, and I guarantee you, he ain't finna come out here and talk to me. He is not finna come from back there to come talk to me. I said, so when you come back, give me $5 and you buy me a drink. So the guy goes back there and I said, give me my money. I told you he wasn't coming out here to talk to me. He was like, what does he know you by? I looked at him and I said, are you serious right now? So I said, he knows me by Tarina. So he goes back and he came out and it was almost like the moment of Taming of the Shrew. If you guys have ever seen the movie Taming of the Shrew with Elizabeth Taylor, there's a part where she finally got tamed and her husband called for her. Like the sisters' husbands had called for them and they were like, they're
Hmm.
not coming. And so he called for her and she came out and she drugged the two sisters with him. So it was kind of like that moment. So he comes out and he's at the bar. But this was the crazy part. Well, it's not the crazy part. So this is something I did. So I'm standing at the bar before all of this took place. And I'm standing at the bar and I'm talking to this lady sitting here and I'm talking to a lady that's sitting down. And Cinco de Mayo was around Cinco de Mayo. So I'm talking to this lady because this lady had tequila. She was had tequila. And he's standing like one person over and he's looking like, is she going to turn around and is she going to greet me? Nope. I seen you out in my peripheral. I didn't look. I didn't even speak to you. So I kept it going, whatever. So the friend comes up and he says something. He was like, I'm gonna go tell him. Do, do, do. I said, you can go tell him whatever you want to tell him. I said, because he is not with me and I am not with him. Okay. Yeah, I can tell whatever you want to tell him. So he goes back, gets him, whatever. He comes out and then he's like, what's up with this short hair? Da, 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 da. And I was like, shit, when you get older, nigga, you don't want to comb hair. We don't want to do that. Um, so we had the conversation. So now I'm getting drunk. And see, listen, liquor, and when you're emotional, ooh, that don't work. That don't
Oh, I
work.
hope you're not emotional drunk where you get to
Oh
being
no. So I'm outside. I'm walking to my car. I get real happy. I get real
oh,
happy.
okay.
Um, but I will like um I'm more um it's like a veil drops. So like
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm just like, I'm not gonna tell him shit. Nope. Drunk, I'm just like, it's like this veil drops, and I'm just like, oh my God. So I see him leaving, and my car was parked over at a different part of the thing, and I'm down in the hood. Okay, so I'm on the east side. We call it the east side. So I'm on the east side. So I was like, hey, can you take me to my car? I jump in his car, jumped in car because he had the top down, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it was like the old convertible. Girl, I done jumped in the seat. Can you take me out to my car? And he's just like looking at me like, takes me to my car. So we started talking. And so while we were in the club, I had asked him had he got married. I was like, did you get married yet? He kind of like, and so I was like, okay, and I don't know, in that moment when I thought about what I asked him, I wonder, like, if he had said yes, what would I have
Yeah.
done in that moment?
What?
That's
Yeah.
like, bitch, don't ask those questions. Don't do that. So anyway, we get to my car, and so we're talking, and I literally was like, I'm lonely. Oh my God. Why would you say that? Oh, I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed. So embarrassed. But he basically told me, he was like, you know what? And I asked him, I said, well, do you love me? He's like, yeah. And I said, well, are you in love with me? He was like, no. And he was like, but I could be. He was like, but the next time you want to go and be with somebody else, he said, do it with somebody that's going to make me jealous. And I said, first of all, we shouldn't even be talking about things like that because it sounds dumb. Because why would I, I'm not doing anything to make you jealous. And I said, so you got to understand the reason why I mess with baby daddy is because baby daddy is consistent. He calls me. We do things together. May not be the greatest nigga of all time. Okay. He may not be, but he calls me, and he kept me, he kept
Mm-hmm.
the wheels going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he was the
Right.
maintenance man. He did things. Hey, I need, so he was there. Um, and I said, if I would call you, I said, you wouldn't respond. You'd ghost me. And then I started crying. I thought, where is, so remember I told you it's Tarina, Tara, Tessa,
Yeah.
and Tanika. Tara, uh, bitch, why are we crying? Okay, why are we sitting in this car's car, literally crying? And I was like, and then I remember when I asked you for some groceries because I needed some groceries on time. And I said, and you told me, I said, and you didn't even show up to me. And he said, well, probably because I was doing something else. I said, but what that told me was I didn't matter to you. When you didn't
Mm-hmm.
show up for me, I said, it's like I didn't matter. Then you tell me you choose me, but you left me. And then you go out here and you give things to this girl. And he's like, she didn't mean shit. Then you shouldn't have never went with her. I said, do you hear? I said, I don't think you men really understand the shit that y'all say. And I said, so do you hear what you're saying? She didn't mean shit, but you were there. And I said, and you gave her everything that you should have been given to the one that you chose. You
Mm-hmm.
said you chose me. You told me you chose me, and you left me. And then when I needed you, you never show up. I said, but that one, let me call him right now and tell him I need $100 for some groceries. T, I ain't got it right now, but I'll get it to you on such and such tomorrow. Or he'll send it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to worry about those things.
Right.
So I'm crying in the car. I thought, you got to be fucking kidding me, Trina. So then to
Mm-hmm.
see him, and then like I just kind of distanced myself, and I've really been praying to God to remove them, because I don't want to miss out on the person that I'm supposed to be with behind these two, and then trying to figure out, well, which one is my husband? Which one is it? Is it this one? Is it
Right.
this one? I don't want to keep doing that. So it's hard to do a reading for yourself because you kind of like, I don't want to say you talk yourself into a thing, or so I probably do need to get, well, I do need to get a reading from someone else in reference to that. But I mean, I've kind of regarded myself as, shit, I don't know, and but they do get jealous. They get jealous. Oh, you just do what you got to do and do. And I thought, okay, now if I do it, then it's when you was over there messing with Big Bob, talking over there to Big Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at because baby daddy saw me talking to him, came in the club, and I looked at him and I said, why can't you just say his name? And I said, because what you need to understand is this: whomever God has for me, y'all gonna be mad. Y'all's gonna be real mad. So I don't know why you guys got to go back and forth in this bickering part, because here's the thing: neither of you want me. Neither, I'm just an option to both of you. And I sit
Mm.
sometimes, y'all, and I be thinking like, why would I go backwards? Why would I put myself in that situation where we go backwards with a man that clearly
Mm-hmm.
is not invested in any of my needs? I asked baby daddy, I said, were you going to help me move? Oh, word.
Wow.
So,
They not really for you, Tarina.
mm-mm.
They just needs to move on, even if they're consistent. It's just not for
Right.
you. You have outgrown that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes, yes, it get lonely being by yourself. I do get lonely. Sometimes I'm too tired though. I go I work so much. But I hit this bed, baby. It's all I
It'd
can
be like,
stand.
let me go ahead and pop a magnesium pill right now.
Right. And I'm dozed off and I'm sleep.
Yeah.
I got to wake up for a minute first. Okay.
It's like
I,
if to be in that position, like I know, um, there's I know that, like, just because when you sit, and this is why I was telling Zakia, when you really sit with spirit will start showing you, remember this day, remember that day, so remember when you needed this, remember that, and remember when you did
Mm-hmm.
this, remember when you got the butt dial, remember this happened, you just went through something on Juneteenth, why would you? And I'm thinking, yeah, so I have really kind of pulled myself out of it, but I'm really a homebody, like I'm always at home. So,
it
like
do feel good when you do go out, though. It
yeah,
does
and
feel
so
good
when I
when he
go,
invites you out
yeah.
and you go, even though he's
Oh,
not the one, but like you say, he consistent. He does say, you know what, come on, let's go.
yeah.
Or come on, let's have a drink. He's
y-
the one who will say, come, let's do something. And
Yeah.
sometimes you do get tired of being in the house and you want to be with somebody. And then when he drinks too much, that's where he go wrong.
He gets really, and I told him one day, and I'm kind of like where Zakia is, where um I don't say anything. I used to never say nothing. And one day I looked at him, I said, I want to slap the shit out of you. I want to hit you so hard in your face. And he kept going. And I said, and it's so crazy that you don't even hear me tell you that I want to slap these shit out of you. I want to punch you so fucking hard in your face. And I'm like, I don't know who this other person is when you get drunk, but I don't like him. He is
Mm.
horrible. And just for me, I have really when you have the thought about them, and it's just like, God, why? Like, what do I need? What is it? What am I missing? So I have to I'll ask, what what am I missing? What did I miss? What do I need to learn? What do I need to see? Because I'm asking, tell me what it is, because I don't want to keep dealing with that. And what is there something that I didn't sever the tie? So I'm asking, because I just don't want to be it, and I don't want to be a hindrance to the new man because I'm holding on to something that never
Mm-hmm.
will be. You know what I'm saying? So now, like it's like the Zakia, like I said, I will speak up now. So I've never been, it was scary. And I will say, and I don't want to say it was scary. Yeah, it was scary to tell him, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not an option. To tell him that was like, um, that moment where, where they say you burn the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get to come back over here. I don't care. And so when he mentioned, going down last Thursday to have some drinks and stuff. And I was like, yeah, and I had to do Brianna's reading. That's what happened. And so that took longer than, what I expect, because I kind of just hem-hawed around, laying around in the bed, doing whatever. And so then I did her reading. And so by the time I would have got down there, the event would have been over. And so I don't know, it was just in that moment of just sitting there thinking as I'm getting dressed. In my mind, I kept thinking, why are you going down here? Because he finna treat you fucked up. He finna do what he just did to you. He finna do it again. And so it's like knowing my place. I'm just your baby mama. You know, his daughter told me, she said, I didn't know what to call you. I don't know what to call you. When your children don't know what to say, she was like, I just called you my dad's baby mama. I have your sister. She was like, I know, Miss Trina, and I felt so bad. But these kids don't even know what to say to me. They have
Right.
no idea. But my kids can be like, hi, Mr. Didi. Hi, Mr. Chocolate. He getting here. But your kids look me in my face and don't even know who I am. Can't even
Mm.
correlate me to any part of your
Right.
life.
For anything. Yeah.
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 So,
That's
but his,
devastating.
Natara's dad, he can, he can, they're his kids, we talk, things like that. But Mr. Chocolate, kids just look at me and they know who you are. Do they? Is that why they don't speak to me?
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I just think that when you shut those two doors, then you'll meet somebody. Those doors is holding you back from meeting
hmm
because it's too much that you is still undecisive with them to a degree. And
it's
you
like,
still got
yeah, like, and I'm being honest, like, it's almost like you wish and hope, like you're still in the hope of maybe one of them
mhm.
is going to say something, maybe one of them's going to come, maybe one of them, and just like, girl, please.
Yeah, so until you have that hope gone, because you said one thing is so true. You will link them like together. You'll be like, oh, I got the new one, but I don't want to miss out on what he gonna do.
Yeah.
You'll be back and forth. And
hmm
until you kind of like can really honestly let it go, no one should be kind of drawn into that toxic.
Yeah.
Um, I don't even know what you call it.
It's like an
It's
option. You're
toxic.
an option. Today I'll talk to her, and then I'll call this one, and then but I should be an option every day. You should be able to
Yeah,
press
you should.
option one every day. You dial my number one, option one, not option two. Well, if you want to speak to Tarina, option two. No, you should be wanting to speak to me all the time, every day. How's your day going? You all right? Do you need anything? You good? I just wanted to see you today, or I wanted to hear your voice. Something. Let me see your face. Just, it was none of that. I mean, but I will tell you, Natara's dad would do that. Um, I was just thinking about you, just wanted to see your face. I'm missing you kind of shit. But it's like privately, you're so like I'm the love of your life. Nigga, you get out in public, it's like who well is this the representative, bitch, or is this a real dude? Like who is this one? So
Mhm.
I don't know. I know that there's some things that I need to manage in that area, especially when it comes down to them. And I've been praying about it every day because it's like, God, I'm tired of being alone. Just going and knowing that, I've been doing this for years going up to this place. In the beginning, it was like, you go with your girlfriends. Then after a while, you get older. It's just like you want to be able to go up with your man, y'all get a place, cook a meal, you sit around, you hang out with your friends, and you just have a good time. But you know that when it's all said and done, that this is the person. Like I want to be able to match a person, like I don't want to say dress alike, but be like similar in some kind of way. And
Right.
be held by a person and and be, and just I don't want to say, well, yeah, I want to say like dress alike or something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm
You want
talking
to
about.
color coordinate. Like it ain't got to
Yeah.
necessarily be
You
dressed
know what?
alike, but
It be like the people when they come in a restaurant. When they come in there and I'm at the door greeting them, it be older couples for the jazz day when we have jazz night.
Yeah, and they
They
look all
come in
nice.
and she look all cute and he stepping up and he looking all handsome. They nice little age, they in their little 50s and stuff. And they go
Yeah.
sit down and they listen to the jazz and you'd be like, when is that gonna be me, God? Is it coming? Because I'm kind but then I have to realize uh it ain't gonna come right now, Tangy. God got things He wants for you. He wants you to appreciate that moment, and in that time when it do come, you have to, when the kids. Once I get these kids out, as far as what I need to be doing and releasing myself, like you say, releasing, and then showing gratitude where I'm going, and talk about where I want to be in my life with the Lord, and make some, sit back and put all this stuff out there to Him. And once I do all of that, then it'll give me some type of path to say, okay, He'll say you ready. And then that guy, I don't know where he coming from. I really can't. He might be coming from the health club when I start the health club. But when he come, then I can put on my clothes and I can say, let's go eat and have a drink. I'll be at that moment.
That
I'll be at
part
that
where they
pier.
call you and be like, meet me at here or meet me over here, or you don't have to cook tonight, baby. Let's go over here and do this and let's do that. Like I don't know, y'all.
But
I'm
it's not gonna come. I don't think anything gonna, when God has what truly for you. I put it to you like this: when it's time for us to meet somebody, it's gonna be the right moment, the right time, and it's gonna be like you ready for it. You are ready to accept that. You're ready to
Mhm.
walk into it. Could I truly say I'm ready to walk into it as much as I would love it? No, no.
But they also say the best relationships happen unexpectedly.
Yeah.
When you expect in a relationship, it ain't gonna go as you think. But the ones that happen unexpectedly, those are the best ones. So it's just like you have to kind of be ready, but you don't have to
Not
be
ready.
fully ready. Right.
Yeah, be ready but not ready.
Not
But
ready. Right.
and it's like this is the thing. What I just heard is be expected. So
Right.
it's like when we say it, like expect that thing's going to happen. We expect a lot of things. Oh, that's a good topic for us to talk about. It's like the expectation. So it's like if I ask for a thing, I have to be in the expectation. And that's one thing that God has really been working on me on is when I'm praying, He's like, do you believe the thing that you're praying for? Because you're asking me for it. He said, but are you really in alignment with what you're asking me for? Because I had posted that TikTok that said, don't just pray because it sounds good, pray because it means something. Yes. What do you need? Okay. So it's like, don't just pray because it sounds good, pray because you know that your words are going to do something. And so it's like walking in that expectation of knowing that if we think about Elisha, when Elisha had spoke to and told God that he didn't want it to rain for 3 years, right? He had the expectation that what he spoke was going to happen. So it's having that expectation of knowing that I have asked for the relationship. So Zakiya, is just like when I posted the post, having the expectation. And normally I'd be all like, oh my God, I can't believe people are going to think I'm lying. Da, da, da. I was just like, thank y'all. Thank
Right.
you. Yeah, thank you. So I said, well, God, I'm just going to walk in the expectation of it's going to happen. I don't know when, but I put it
Right.
out there for you to move and do what needs to be done.
Yep. 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 Yep.
So,
It's definitely gonna happen. You least expect it too.
yep.
It definitely is. And see, my situation, I have to. It's funny because, like you were just saying about the guy with me, it's one of those where I always ask people like how their day going and this. I'm not used to nobody asking me, and that's what he tends to do. He'll call me out every day, and he'll like, "How your day going so far?" And I'm like, you know,
And
it
you
sparks
lie,
me.
be like, yeah, I'm sorry. I
No,
know you.
I used to, but I don't now. Because you got to think about me and him. We've been friends for a year and a half.
Yeah.
So he kind of pretty much knows when he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. I know you.
Yeah,
This.
like we
And I'm
know
like,
you. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Be looking at you like, she lying.
Yeah. So he be knowing. So I'll be like, well, man, this. So now I don't have to hide behind a shield or a mask. Just let it out.
It just feels comfortable to just be like, that's one of the
Yeah.
things that I can't do. I'm not able to um Like if I have a shitty day, um, I can't call, what am I gonna call him? Baby daddy. I can't call and be like, this is what happened today, because then I get a lecture, I get a dissertation, I get all these things. It's like, oh, so I really don't have a person that I can just tell how shitty my day is. I literally broke
Yeah.
down at work yesterday, and my teammates were like, oh, I was like, I just am frustrated because I just don't know, and I don't know what to do. And I was like, and I'm sorry, I'm crying. I just, because it's like at that mental place, that emotional
Yeah.
place of like, God, I don't know what's gonna happen, but when you don't have that person to give that part of yourself to say, you know what, today was a shitty ass day. Let me tell you what she did.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what this person did. I don't have that, but he'll call me and give me everything. Like, so mind you, we hadn't talked since Juneteenth. It's kind of been like really kind of like gray. He took Natar to the movies for her birthday. And I had won a bet, so I went with him because it was dinner and a movie. So we went, and I haven't talked to him since. So out of the blue, I get this call, and I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? So I answer, and he was like, I know how nosy you are, so I got something to tell you. So when I get back to my car, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna tell you. So I'm thinking, oh, bitch, we got some good tea. What is it? Because is it, I'm thinking it's like it's about to be the tea of all teas. He calling me to tell me about his job. I was like, what? And it was a story he told. And it was just like that bubble was like, pink, bitch, that wasn't juicy. That wasn't no gossip. There wasn't
Right.
anything that made me want to sit here and wait for you to call me. I thought I was finna get some tea about
But
somebody
see,
in
it
the
was juicy to him. He probably thought, oh yeah, it's gonna be good. It was all juicy.
No, it was just like, what? Like, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Right. Like, okay.
Let me see. I'm gonna send you the pictures. Look, I'm sending you. And so he sends me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's terrible. Cause I mean, I thought I was finna get some tea. Nope,
Oh god. And
nope.
he probably thought he was giving you tea. And you just like
I was
this
so
water,
elated because I'm nosy. Y'all know
this
I'm
watered
nosy.
down mess.
I was like, oh my God, what in the hell? I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh, that's terrible. Oh yeah. Hmm. Well, I'll
Uh,
see you see the pictures. I'm like, oh yeah, that's all. Like you wasted my time. Like what the hell?
I kind of had to stop when I realized I had vested so much time into Carrie and so much effort, and my cup was just so empty.
Hmm.
And I just said to myself, right now, nobody will ever get me like that and not fill my cup up. I'd rather
yeah.
be by myself than have anybody to string me along and not fill my cup up. Because my
Right.
cup is
Yeah.
already empty doing the kids, talking with the kids, being there for the
Hmm.
kids. My
Yeah.
cup is empty giving to a job, going on a job, always giving
Right.
something to yourself. My cup is empty when I'm going and just life and things is coming my way and not working out for the best.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That cup is still empty. So I cannot see myself being ever again. I would rather be by myself
Yeah.
than have somebody to not fill that cup up. Because I know what it is for somebody to be in your life to fill your cup up. I know
Yeah.
Hmm.
what it is for somebody to come into your life and love you because I have had that type of love. I know what it is to have a man to go put the gas in your car. I know what it
Man.
is to have a man to pay all the bills and say, don't worry. I know what it is to have a man to say, what's going on? What's happening? I know what a
Hmm.
man is to leave $500 or $200 on the dress and say that show us just for yourself. See, I know what that is of having somebody. So for me to go down and never have that again, I just can't accept that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
not acceptable for me anymore
Yeah.
I
because
agree.
to have somebody not fill my cup up. So when I'm calling you and I can't even talk to you about my day, I can't talk to you
Hmm.
about my kids that got on my nerves. I can't even talk to you about um what my girlfriend said about this and what she said about that. I can't talk to you about nothing and you can't fill my cup up. You can't call me and say, hey, how you doing? You can't come over and
Right.
say, you know what, give me the keys to the car and run downstairs and go fill up my car and say, you know what, I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Just want to make sure you had gas in the morning. Or you can say, oh, look in your cash app. I sent you lunch money. It ain't always the
Yeah.
big things that you do, but you can say, huh, don't treat yourself to lunch. You know, it can be $20. But when you
Right.
have nobody to fill that cup up and never think about you,
Yeah.
then guess what? I replace myself and think about me. Now I have to learn how to love myself. I have to
Right.
learn how to start back doing for myself and giving myself and appreciate myself and filling my cup up with what I need and not let nobody have as empty that cup no more. No matter what, even if I'm filling it up with buying myself flowers. I love buying myself flowers. So I have to fill my cup back up with what I know that makes Tangy happy,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
because giving it to a man wholeheartedly and they not giving it back to you, that's the most lonely thing, is to be with somebody and be lonely.
And my
That's
thing
the
is, I say
worst.
I'm not dealing with nothing else I could have stayed with my ex husband for. And I tell people like, I'm not dealing with what I could have stayed with my ex husband. I'm not dealing with it. Like that's crazy. That's asinine to me. And like you said, with people filling up your cup, that's something I'm learning to accept because it's so hard for me to accept the help, and because I've always had to show up strong.
Right.
Like today, I was venting to him about. He was like, "Well, because my daughter's with her dad until Sunday." So I was like, well, I'm going to try and make, Instacart make me some extra money, this and this and this. And he was like, he said, well, did you get a chance to do that? I was like, no. I was like, I don't have no gas in my car. I was like, when I came home Sunday, my gas light came on. I said, but I haven't went anywhere. So he was just like, we was talking. And so as we talking, my cash app went off.
Shing.
And I was like, I said, at first I was just like, why you send that? And it's like I started and I something just like just say thank you. So I said thank you. I was like, but you didn't have to do that. I'll be okay. I was like, because you still got it. He was like, nah, he was like, that's just I just gave you part of my lunch money. He was like, man, go get you some gas. He was like, go get you some gas. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go get some on my lunch break. He was like, at least get you some gas so you can go make some money if you want to do that, if that's what you want to do. He was like, but I'll probably have some more money tomorrow. I just send you some more. And I'm like,
And
okay.
let him do it, girl. Let him do
I,
it.
yeah,
But I would
it's
even take $20 if you gave me 20, and I know gas is high, and I get that. But
yeah,
it's the thought that you
right.
put in it to
Exactly.
even
Yes.
consider me. And you telling me I
Uh-huh.
talk to you every single day and you can't put
Mm-hmm.
the thought and the effort. Do you know how much it is to hurt to have somebody there to not even consider you?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I connect.
Man.
I'd rather be by myself than know that I have entertained your foolishness
Yeah.
and you didn't even think of me. I'm not even a thought of, not
Right.
even $20. You ain't even got to give me 50. But if you
Yeah.
just thought about 20 and took it out your lunch money, that's what I'm saying. That's a
Yeah.
sacrifice of I care about you.
Right.
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 You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I thought about you. But when you sit here and you in my face and want to tell me you love me, you want to tell
Yeah.
me how much I whatever you want to tell me. And then you can't even sometimes say, my cup is still, I'm turning the cup over. I don't have
Yeah.
a drop. No. To
Yeah.
you can do bad by yourself. Yeah, it get
Right.
lonely, but lonely is better than being unappreciated.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Because
I'd
when I
rather be
feel like I
lonely
got
than
somebody,
deal with somebody that's disloyal, that makes me feel unappreciated, that's always taken from me
Mm-hmm.
and never given. Like you rather be by yourself than deal with anything like that. And some of these men will see how far they can take it. Like they'll see how far they can go and do that. And it's just like, no, at this point, I'd rather just be by myself because you're not gonna drain me.
Yeah.
that's
Ain't no
draining to me. And at least At least when I'm by myself right now, I'm not, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I am
Mhm.
comfortable.
You
I
at peace.
am I'm at peace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now only think about it, it get a little lonely, but I'm at peace.
Right.
I'm not up scratching my head. I'm not up saying why he ain't call today. It been a whole
Mm-hmm.
day and he ain't picked
Man.
up the phone.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? It
Mm-hmm.
been 2 days, last a weekend.
Act like you can't say nothing to
You would think
nobody.
that he should call by now, the third day. Now you want to pick up the phone and say, promise.
Mm-hmm.
But now I gotta stay on the phone and to give you 20 minutes of my time to hear your shit. I don't give a damn about your job, you. And see, I can get real reckless. And I don't care about your mama. She's still living. Don't
Oh,
take me where you don't want me
And
to.
I know that's exactly how you said it too.
because what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't take me where you don't want me to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to get on the phone with Carrie. You talk dumb. Why is you on
Mhm.
my phone talking dumb? You just dumb.
Shit.
I can't take it. Don't come on this line talking dumb.
I'm telling you,
You know what
petty
I'm
Uh-huh.
train
saying?
is like, ding, we're ready.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And scene. I'm gonna call it.
right, you
Yeah.
can't talk to me about, hey Tangy, what's up? How your day? You know, I'm already tripping with these damn kids. These kids
Mm,
need stuff. They need, and you want to sit on and take my time.
bitch,
You
Yeah.
fuck
don't want
you.
to take my time
Yeah.
and talk
And
about
vent,
what?
and you get to say all this stuff, and it's just like as soon as I say something, it goes right into you, and you just like, you know what? I can tell um when there's somebody you're trying to entertain. So if I called and it would be like the FaceTime come up, and he's yes, bitch,
Oh.
fuck you, and I'm hanging up the phone.
Oh
I
no.
used to be like, you all right? Because
Right.
like, first of all, I didn't do shit to you. I'm just saying, hey, hi.
Mhm.
Well, just say that. Ah, bitch, you ain't got to worry about me ever doing that again. I hang up the phone. And it really turned you off to the point where it's just like, I'm not finna entertain you. I'm not finna
Mhm.
give you 100% of me emotionally for you to do that. Please, please.
Hey, that's right. So now I just sit back. I'm comfortable. I'm okay. I just need to work on myself and love myself and start treating me right. Because
Hmm.
when I start throwing that out there, you better come correct when I start getting back into me. Because, baby, it ain't nothing but a better feeling when you start loving yourself. Because now, like you want to talk about the expectations, I expect for you to do these things. I'm not going to want them. I expect it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
Yep.
when you can't come, I'm not gonna even want to talk to you because I expect it. You know, I'm walking through the Saturday, I think I was walking a Friday night, and it was like, yeah, baby, I feel better when you come around. I kept on walking. You got a drink in your hand. You don't feel shit. Keep talking. Bye.
That's the
You
liquor
know,
talking.
there was the liquor talking. I walked right past him. We would never be talking. Now, don't be talking to none of them. Take the liquor out your hand and then talk. I'm not trying to talk to nobody all drunk
Yeah.
because you don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Right.
So why would
You
I
gon-
sit and I'm not going to sit there and entertain that.
Like
I'm
that's
not.
cute, where you're just like,
No, you drunk. You know what
right.
I'm saying? And I'm not finna do that with you. You know, hey baby, how you doing? I'm doing wonderful. Excuse me.
Right.
I need to get back.
Yep.
You know, so my when Mr. Real come, Mr. Real will know me and I know him. How you say God say you know them better? I know you, because
Yeah, you
God
Yep.
gonna
will.
say that's the one, and I'll be all right, because he gonna say something that makes me want to talk to him. Hey, how you doing? He gonna come like a real man. I'm going, hey, how you doing?
Right.
How
He
you
gonna
That's
be
what
doing?
I
like,
said. I was like, I got a peace. It's a peace in my life right now that I have because I'm like, I don't really, like you said, you don't have time for the nonsense, the foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was explaining to him, I was like, it ain't got nothing to do with like you coming here and doing this and this and this and this. I was like, it has nothing to do with it. It's just the fact that I don't have to deal with nobody BS. Like if I feel like I wanna talk to somebody, I can. If I don't, I don't. Like, I'm focusing on me. Like, I got stuff on my plate that I'm trying to get done. So I don't have time for no outside noise. I really don't. Like,
Yeah, that's why I said if you want a man that has those 5 Ps,
yeah.
that has a purpose with me in it, not just anything that you're just doing because it looks good or because, oh,
Right.
she's pretty. Like, like I told my daughters that I get that all the time. I get a dude in my
Hmm.
DM, and the first thing I'm asking is, what prompted you to come here? Okay,
Right.
what prompted you to say, ooh, and then click a picture and then just add me as a friend. And then as soon as I confirm you, then you want to be in my inbox. Absolutely not. That's not how we work.
Right.
So I will leave them on red. But there are some that I'll ask the question because they keep the conversation like this
Yeah.
conversation. I don't respond, but then it's like at some point I have to ask them. So when you saw the picture, what was it that you saw that made you jump in here and think that I'm
Hmm.
about to have this dialogue with you? Can I have your phone number? You absolutely cannot. And that part of me is like, it's a little bit of fear, but then a part of me is like, sir, no, no, you're not going to
Like,
get my
no.
number for you to be out here doing what? So I
Get through the
really,
interview process first.
yeah, like, I'm 52. I got 4 kids. I got 3 grandchildren. Okay. My goal is I want to be in a house. I want to have my business to where I'm not working. I want to be able to have, you know, um, vacations. Like a Friday night comes, I can be telling my kids, you pack your bag because we leaving this weekend. That is the life that I'm looking for. Today I was doing something, and I was coming from this meeting, and I seen the people on the golf course. Now, back in the day, that used to be my thing. I just want to be on the golf course, I want to be playing golf. I looked at the people. I said, "That is not my dream." Now, I'll do a shooting range, a driving range, but I won't be on a cart, running around here going to. I won't. That's not me. And so,
Hmm.
as I'm realizing a lot of the things that I've been wanting, that's just kind of like it looked good because everybody else said it looked good. Well, I play golf and la la la. And it's like, oh yeah, I would love to just be sitting on the golf course playing golf. No. Today when I drove past him, I said, absolutely not, that is not me. I'm the kind of girl that would be like, we're going on a plane. We're gonna be on vacation. I'm gonna be on the beach and I'm gonna have a drink in my hand. I'm gonna have my hat on and I'm gonna be kicked back and I'm gonna be doing something a little funny. I'm gonna be eating. That's me. That's the girl that I am. Shopping somewhere and making the bag fuller than what it is. So that I just realized though that that's where I'm at. I don't want golf, please. So it's just learning who I am, but that's the kind of person I want. I want to be able to have a person that matches me and we meet each other where um like you schedule a vacation
Hmm.
and be like, pack your bag because we going such and such, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. And I ain't got to pay for a meal, that
Right.
you're just going to treat me and that we can just have fun together. That's what I'm looking for. I mean,
Hmm.
I've gone out of town with, baby daddy, but it was under the pretense that you buy the ticket, he buys the ticket and the hotel, but I got to make sure he eats.
Yeah, you get the food. And yeah,
No.
so
Mm-mm. I
now
want
you
See, I
you
just
to
want the
I want you to take care of everything. I just want to be able to just go.
And if I
you know what
choose
I
to
want
buy
to
you a
do?
meal, then I'll do that. But
Yeah.
I want to just be able to go with a. We're gonna start off with a walk before I take a trip with you. Let's just hold hands and take a damn walk, okay?
yeah,
If you
it's
can keep
those
up
little
with me,
things. So,
if
that's
you
why
can,
the Bible tells us to, despite not the days of small beginnings. It's like when I told you yesterday, Spirit is asking you, what do you want? If that's something that you want, write that down. I just want to be able to take a walk with my man, hold hands and take a walk with my man.
yeah, because
It's a simple thing.
if he
Yeah.
can't keep up with a damn walk, we can't do a trip.
Right. Like you can't keep up with the walk. I want next. I got to see how you vacation. How you be
Yeah.
vacation?
Listen, I will tell you, you want to know who a person really is? Go on a vacation with them or spend the night with them.
That's
Baby,
what
you
they
gonna
say.
find out everything you need to know. You be like, word, you use this way for real? You'll find out everything you need to know.
We're gonna take a
Mm-mm.
walk and then we'll start with a hotel one night. Yeah, I'm starting real slow with you. You ain't fit to
Hmm.
take me out of town. And I don't know who you is. I don't care how much you lay it down.
Yeah, well,
We
you
gonna we
just, yeah, let's just take a couple of walks,
let's take a couple of walks.
then maybe we'll do a little staycation. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to know you. I need to know who you are, because these men are chopping you up, they're killing you,
Or they
tying
put
you
you,
up in a
yeah,
grave.
selling
Uh-uh.
you off. No,
You been went on a trip, and now in 3 months.
Yeah.
No,
we
baby,
ain't
three
seen
months.
Miss Tangela. No.
No, we're gonna
Yeah,
take
they
a
weird.
walk. We can do a whole lot of things in Chicago. We, that where you went down there, you
The
did that walk on
riverfront,
that. Yep, we're gonna do
That
the
little boat.
riverfront walk.
the
Yeah,
riverfront,
we'll
the
do the little.
boat. Yeah, we can do the
We
boat.
can
We
do
can
the
do all
boat.
that. But
We can
listen,
do all that right here in Chicago. I'll make you feel like we've been out of town.
because
Yeah.
it's a nice experience. But yeah, so those are the things that I'm telling you, Miss Tangela. When I talked to you yesterday, those things are the things that they're asking you. What do when you're writing down the vision of your man, because we are co-creators, we create. Because when we talk about Genesis 1, where he says in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, how did he create it? He spoke to it. But then we get down to John 1 and 1, where he says, in the beginning was the word was God, the word was with God, and the word dwelt among us, and everything that was created through him. And so when we understand who God was just the word, but he put the word in flesh to show us, after 400 years of silence, this is the thing that I'm telling you that you can do. So you can create the man by just speaking to it. Like, okay, so I want this man to look like this. I want him to have this. I want these attributes. I want him to be kind. I want him to be loving. I want him to be gentle. I want to be refreshing. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and know that we're going to be okay. I want us to be able to plan and have purpose and things like that. So those are the things. I want him to love my children. I want him to take care of my kids. I want to be able to have my kids, come to this man and say, and get the advice that they need from a man. Not just a woman's perspective, but get a man's perspective. Be able to
Mhm.
open up to him and talk to him so they can get the healing that they need. That is what I'm looking for. So those are the things that they're asking you. Write that down. The small thing, taking a walk, baby. That's God is like, oh shoot, she doesn't say what she wanted. So it's that. Give him that. I want him to be able to take a walk with me. I want him to be able to, to call me throughout the day, because you just never know. What I would really like is, I would like for a man to call me and say, God told me to tell you, or give me a word, or pray for me. God told me to pray for you, baby, so I'm gonna pray for you. That is the man that I want. And I want to hear your words come through the phone. And I want you to edify me. And I want you to pray for me. And I want it to be a purpose in the prayer.
hmm I want a God sent man. I want a man that know the word. Because if he don't know the word, first of all, you're a heathen and I'm not. And I'm not saying I'm all that. You know what I'm saying? Because God is still working on me. But
Hmm.
if you don't know the Lord, man, you can't be on the same page. We
Yeah.
just can't. I can be your friend and we can learn. I can tell you how to go about learning the Lord, but I can't be with you. I need somebody who's very into God. Because I'm gonna need
Yeah.
you to pick me up with the word sometimes.
Right. So when I'm having a bad day, or if you're having a day, I can call you and be like, I don't know what you got going on, baby, but God told me to tell you, or I'm just, going with what you got going on, things like that. That's the kind of person I'm looking for, because I do it for myself so much. But when I'm talking about like having a purpose and a plan with me, like, I want you to be able to tell God, listen, I've been praying for this one for a long time, so I'm gonna make sure daily she is edified, that she is upkept. Which you need gas in your car, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to take my car to the shop and get the oil changed and the tire changed. Bitch, I am tired of doing that.
Me too. I want him to turn around and tell me your son is having one of them episodes. I'll be right back. I go take the Pampers and some milk for you. Cause he having an episode. I could tell he about to have one on the phone with you. So baby, I
Well,
got you.
yeah,
I
just
want
someone
somebody to say it.
when
And
you're,
you be able to handle those situations because that ain't never gonna go nowhere. I want
yeah,
somebody to be able to, let's take the kids their Christmas gifts. And I
yeah.
I but I also know I'm not stupid. I know that I gotta have somebody give me tough love. He gotta be stronger. He gotta be stronger than me. Cause I will push you like a wheelchair around if you weak. I need somebody stronger than me. I need somebody gonna say, you're not gonna go over there tonight. let Mikhail deal with his issues. And I have to be so open to that. And I know I got to pray on me. See, I know what I have to ask God for in a man, but I got to ask God, if you bring this man to me and with the wisdom and with the genuine love and caring, that I be open to what he got to say. And he's saying it from a good place. Because if you say something wrong to me about my kids right now, I'll chop your head off. So I know that I got to work on me while I'm asking for these things. Like you said, ask God. I got to say, God, let me be open to this man when he come in. Because this man got to put his foot down and say, no, Sarah, she cool. Let her pay that bill. She got this.
Yeah.
She'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I be, but she should no, she got it, Angie. She got
Yeah.
this. It's okay. It's okay. Relax. I'm gonna turn on the TV and we're gonna eat some popcorn.
And I'm gonna
She
drink a
got
Dr.
this.
Pepper and look at the TV and be like, she gonna be all right. They gotta be okay.
But I
You
got
have a
to have
life to
somebody.
live.
Yeah, but I need somebody strong because those things, your kids will never stop coming. They'll never
No.
stop coming, no matter how much you put down the rules. And you gotta have somebody say no, not today.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be willing to know that he's coming from a good place, because you got some niggas don't give a damn about your kids. They'd be like, nah, Because I had one guy, baby, when I say he's mean as hell, he is just so damn mean. He'd be like, them damn kids is grown. I know the good damn well you ain't finna go run over there. I'd be like, oh, baby, let me
Yeah,
hurry up get these
Natara's dad
clothes.
was that way.
Let me find my clothes, because I know this nigga ain't talking to me about my kids like that. I
But
got
I
to
don't think
go.
when men haven't really been like, men are not nurturers. They don't understand that part. And so when we look at like queenship, a king, a man, if we think about a king and we think about how they operate, a king is only there to set order, right? He's there to make sure that the rule, reign, everything's in order. He goes to battle, he comes home. A wife or a queen, her job is to make sure, okay, well, everything's running smoothly in the camp, in the castle, but also letting him know, like, hey, okay, so I wouldn't go to war today. Do you remember when oh, what was the man's name that when they sent him to Jesus and he put his hands in the water and he told him no, because his wife told him, don't you touch that man. Because she had a dream and she told him, don't you mess with Jesus. Don't you, I had a dream about him. Don't you mess with him. And he went to him. What was his name is right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, he went and he said, he don't have nothing to do. So he asked them, Barabbas, it was Barabbas and Jesus. And he said, which one of these do you want me to free? Now he knew Jesus hadn't done nothing, but Barabbas was a murderer, like straight murderer. Long and short, when they said Barabbas, free Barabbas, and he's looking at these people like, are you serious right now? But he did what his wife told him to do. And he took the water and he dipped his hands in the water 3 times. And he said, the blood is not going to be on my hands, whatever y'all do with this man, because he listens to the wife. So as a queen, our objective is, like I said, to sit on the throne and rule and be able to do it with a way where we don't have to get up off the throne. We can just speak to the authority that we have. A man's job as a king is to really protect and provide and make sure that everything is running smoothly, but also listen to the wife to say, okay, well, she's made the decision. When we think about the women back in the day, our ancestors, they were the ones who told the men when to go to war. Do we fight this battle today or not? It wasn't the man. It was the woman to say, yeah, you should go and fight this battle. It wasn't, they just listen. That's why I said the 5 P's: the protection, provision, purpose, plan, and the was it protect? I keep forgetting: protection, provision, purpose, plan, and provision. That's what a king is supposed to offer you, those 5 things. And if they're not doing that, and as a queen, we are nurturers by nature. We tend to the children. We raise up everybody. We make sure everybody's okay. We make sure you're fed. We make sure the guests are coming in. If we're thinking about a kingdom, we're making sure the guests are taken care of. He's nowhere to be found. He may come to dinner, then he's back out there doing what he has to do. But it is our job to make sure that everybody has what they need. When we talk about nurturing, so as a man, he has to be able to see that side of you. that feminine energy, that side of, and having a man that's balanced in both, to say, okay, well, I know she's gonna go out here and take care of these kids, and I'm not even gonna say nothing to her. I'm gonna let her go ahead and do it. And when she vents to me, all right, what do you want me to do? I don't need you fighting me. I don't need you telling me about my kids. I don't need you saying shit to me. Just know that my kids are getting on my fucking nerves. And this is what it is. I'm tired, whatever. And he's going to be like, okay, so whenever you're ready to stop doing what you're doing, you let me know. When you're ready to stop, doing the nurturing part, you let me know. And then we'll go ahead and take care of what we need to take care of.
Right. And
That's
that's the
just,
kind of man I want. I
yeah.
don't want nobody he was too hard. And I mean, and I understand that's the way he was built. And I'm used, and I know I could have softened him, but I didn't have the energy for him.
That's not your job to soften a man. That is not our job. It is not your job to soften a man. It is your job to just live your life and do what you got to do and pray for him. And that's it. But it's not your job to be like, well, let me soften you up. Da, 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 da. No. Well, let me say this. Natara's dad used to be that guy. Rigid. Oh, rigid. Rigid. Back in
I,
the day, he used to be very, very, very rigid. Um, very blunt, and that was one of the things that kind of attracted me to him, is because it was like he was never going to, um, I felt that he was never going to lie to me about anything. Come to find out he was. But anyway, but he was very rigid, very, like street, just I'm new, okay. And then after a while, he's become this person that really is, he hasn't gotten to that level, but he's gotten better, but it's not great. But he used to be real rigid, real, real tough. You could be having a conversation with him. He don't listen. He overtalks you. He gets up and he walks
mhm.
away. He's gone to therapy, but I still don't think that he listens to understand. He just listens to respond because it sounds good for him, but he doesn't
Right.
really understand. So like when I say a person hears me, but they don't hear me, you don't really
Mhm.
hear what's going on in here. You hear everything, but you don't really hear what my heart is telling you. That is so disheartening that, I'm being treated the way that I'm being treated by a person that says that they love me.
He very self-centered sound like to me. That's
Yeah.
just a person is only think about themselves a whole lot.
Yeah.
If it ain't about them, it's not important about what you saying. It ain't important what you think.
Yep.
That's what he sound like to me. But you know, those guys are out here. But like I said, if I'm gonna have to create my picture, I need somebody who has like I know that I'm gonna need somebody strong. And when I mean by strong, like it's okay to tell me sit down for the day. You are done enough. You're not going over there. It's too late. You're gonna sit your butt at home.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna deal with their issues, and you're gonna relax for tomorrow, and get yourself together for work. I could take that.
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody can care like that a little bit. You got to
So
keep
when
me.
you sit with it in that space, um, what I want you to do is I want you just to sit, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to feel what that would feel like. I want you to hear what that would sound like. I want you to really really connect with when you're writing that down. Just close your eyes and say, when you make that statement, when you close your eyes, what does that look like? How does that make you feel to be like, come on home, don't even worry about them kids, they're gonna be okay. What does that feel like for you? Get into the energy and the vibration of that feeling, so that you'll start creating that person and putting that out there. So, when you're saying it, just what does that look like for me to have a man when I come home, you know,
I need
I,
security.
yeah. So that's
I
what you're
need.
asking for. So see, remember
Yeah.
I told you yesterday they were telling you what is your request? You're not requesting anything because you don't know what that looks like, because you really haven't taken the time to really kind of formulate the request. It's like you're
Right.
requesting everything for your kids, but you're not really requesting anything for yourself. And it's like you're missing out on an order And then it's like, well, I didn't get nothing. He said, well, I was sitting here while you was putting in the order for everybody else. Why didn't you put in an order for yourself? So put in your order, put in your request. What is it going to look like? What does this man look like? What does he smell like? What is, what is his favorite ice cream? What is his favorite food? Knowing those things about this man, just putting it out there and just saying, this is what we do. Well, we take long walks together after dinner, or, we lay around after, dinner and we watch a movie and then we go take a walk, or, every Saturday we go and we walk together, or, we go and have breakfast, or we have coffee together. Those are the things that you need to kind of put out there and really feel it and see it when you're sitting in your quiet time, in that space and time of saying, okay, this is what I'm requesting, and you write it down every morning, 5 o'clock. Like clockwork, I am up and I'm writing the thing that I'm wanting, and I'm really putting myself in that space of saying, this is what it looks like. This is what it's going to feel like to have a man, buy me flowers, to have a man propose and be like, I've been, wanting you for a long time, and that kind of thing. Like, I just put it out there. So start making your requests.
Yeah. I was telling Sarah, I was like, I don't even know how to live by myself. And I was telling her today about eventually, I think I'm gonna end up being by myself, living by myself. I said, oh my God, I got anxiety because you know, uh, just knowing I have Mikhail in the house sometimes make me feel safe.
Yeah.
Even if he in his room, he come in and he in his room, I know that he's here. But for me to completely cut off my lights and be in the house by myself, or just be in my house by myself, I mean, I could be during the daytime certain things, I just like, oh, that's gonna feel ever weird to me because I don't know what that is to I don't know.
Well, you
She
might
was
not
like,
be by yourself, but it's a matter of how you're speaking it. Because if you're going to say that you're going to be by yourself, then that's what, because spirit is just like, remember that scripture that says a double-minded man is unstable in all its ways?
yeah,
That's why they say when you're putting out a prayer, be specific, but also be careful what you're asking for, because if you're not ready for the thing that you're asking for, you will miss it or you will mess it up. So be
that
specific in that. God, I thank you that my son will be doing what he's doing when he transitions, that there will be this new thing that's coming, and I won't be alone. But it'll be a person that is supposed to be there, not a person that's not supposed to be there.
yeah, I definitely need a person that's gonna be there. I can't go through no more bad apples. I don't
Yeah.
want to. I'm tired. Like you said, you get to an age where once I know what I want, and once I know how I want to be treated, and once I
Yeah.
know the things I like, I
Hmm.
just want to expect those things, and I want to like feel those things, and I want those things to happen.
Yeah, it's like when you go to a restaurant, I told you guys the other day when I went to Chick-fil-A, I had asked for a 4 count of chicken strips. What I got was an 8-piece nugget. Me and my kids are sitting in the car, and I opened it up and I said, this is not what I asked for. And my daughter said, no, mom. So number 3, she's just like, mom, she's take it back. No, we gonna take it. You want me to take it back? I'll take it back. So she's very overprotective of me, and she almost acts like I can't, do things for myself. So I was like, no, I got it. I'll go in there. She was like, no, mom, I'm gonna come with you just in case. And I said, just in case what? Like, what's gonna happen? But I went back in there and told the lady I asked for this, and so the lady said, I am so sorry. And because of the way it was, she put a brownie in the bag. Here's a brownie for you. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, it's okay. But it's like your request. When you make a request, what are you requesting? I requested a 4 count chicken strips with a large fry and a large lemonade. That's what I'm expecting. When I opened
Mhm.
up the box, it was like, that ain't what I expected. So it's even with the man. That ain't what I asked for. I didn't ask for this. Nope. So God, can you so what I asked for was, and give me what I asked for,
Right.
you know?
That's true.
That's what your request is. I've put this out there a lot when we've talked about it. It's like when you put in your order. My order is, I want a man that'll take walks with me. I want a man that's going to love me. I want a man that's going to protect me. I want a man that's going to provide for me. I want a man that's going to, take care of my children and love my children. I want a man that's going to be supportive. I want a man that's going to is wealthy, has 6 figures. I want a man that's going to have, a purpose and a plan with me. I want a man that's going to provide provision. I want a man that's going to provide an outlet for me to be able to talk to him. I want a man that's going to be able to communicate with me. I want a man that's going to be able to cherish me and value me and honor me and respect me. I want a man that's not going to just be looking at me just because, just to go to the bedroom or the bedchamber. I want a man that's going to be out there and be proud when he looks across the room and be like, that's my woman. That's what I'm looking for. I want a man that when he sees me, he just lights up, be like, look, there's my baby there, right? I want a man that, that adores me, that calls me, that checks on me, that makes sure I'm okay, that does those things that I need to be done. Well, I don't have to want for anything. I want a man. I want my Boaz. Okay, when you think about Boaz, now people be like, well, Boaz was this old. I don't care how old he was. What he was he saw a woman and he asked, who is this woman that is over here in my fields? And they said, oh, that's okay. Well, just drop a little bit for her. Drop a little bit more for her. And don't you say nothing to her. Don't say nothing to her. Just drop a little bit extra. She goes back home and Ruth is like, girl, where you get all this other stuff from? She was like, well, I was down there at Boaz's place. She said, uh-oh, now wait a minute, Boaz. Now he's relative. Now what you need to do is you're going to listen to me when I tell you to go down there and I want you to lay at his feet. I don't want you to do nothing. Just lay at his feet. That means don't sleep with that man. Don't try to put yourself on that man. Just go get yourself dolled up and I want you to just lay at his feet. When he wakes up in the morning, this is what you tell him. Okay? And then Boaz came back and was like, all right, I'll take care of it. Went down there and told him, he's like, listen, that's the next relative. So she should have been with the next cousin. But the cousin was like, nah, I can't even help her because I already got a family of my own. Boaz said, well, then I'll go ahead and take her. And that's how her life changed. So that's what we're asking for, Still do your due diligence. Still do the work. When we think about Naomi was still Ruth. Naomi was still going out doing the work to take care of Ruth, to make sure everything was taken care of. She was still doing the work. So don't not miss out on the work. And guess what? This is what God had told me. He said, just be so hidden in me that a man will have to literally come and be like, who is that right there? Like the Boaz. Who is this? She's in my place. Who does she belong to?
Right.
And if you don't want her, I'm gonna go ahead and take her. That's the Boaz. So there's that. That's the lecture for the day.
That's our lecture for today.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. Taking a nap midday is like makes you sleepy. And I got a meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning. This job, there's a lot of meetings. I go to a lot of meetings with this job.
Do ya?
But it's I'm home, so I have a flex schedule, so I can go into the office if I want to, and then I can stay at home if I want to. So we go to the libraries and we deal with clients there at the library. So we connect with the clients, and then we help them with housing, and then after 2 o'clock, then I just come home. So I'm home for the rest of the day. So
you go to the library in the morning?
No, tomorrow I'll be at home. I'm still kind of like in training with them, so I won't be doing anything until August because I still have my I still got to go through the training and all this other
you got
stuff.
a new job?
So I'm in a new position actually.
You like this better?